No one makes anyone do that. So I think it's really cool that you're deciding to be like, look, we're all going to die one day and we're all in pain. And, it's okay if your t-shirt isn't tucked into your jeans or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the message,
our
right?
mantra that we love is use your powers for good, not evil.
Yeah.
And whatever the case may be.
No, that's awesome. I mean, I just love the whole women empowering thing. I just feel women are so smart, and I think that we could literally run the world if we wanted to. Mm-hmm. But I just think it's so important, and we've come so far, and it's just I just think it's important to really go for it and support your friends. I hate the whole, girls being jealous of each other and, not supporting. It's the production company and the Haute Mess comes from a part of me that I've grown up in this business. And my mom has taught me that, if you're meant to get a part, you will get a part. If you're not, you're not. And no one's taking it from you. So I always had friends growing up in this business where a lot of people can be take it personal or think that you got a part. My best friend, Shelly, was up for the part of Sharpay. Best friend. And that never did anything to us because it's just business. With the production company, I want to do it because I wanted to support my other friends who are in this business or come up with ideas with my friends. Mm-hmm. And the same with the Haute Mess. My girlfriend Shelly has a blog and other people that I know have blogs, and I don't want to do something like a blog to where I was competing against it. I wanted to do something where I'm where can we have a destination where there's contributors and there's people that we can support everyone who's doing it. And that's kind of where I think a lot of the stuff that I do stems from.
That's fucking dope. So on the Haute Mess, I was on there last night and you guys have everything from clothing, food, life hack tips, DIY stuff, interviews with people who are doing awesome stuff, other women. So what's, of all those things, do you have one piece of content that's your favorite?
Right now I have this photo shoot that's spotlighting on kind of my fall favorites, and I got to work with my stylist, the Bartoli sisters, on it. It was just really fun because the Bartolis are they're such amazing stylists. They style a lot of people, but they're so great and have such a great eye at picking out, stuff that's inexpensive and also blending it with stuff that's inexpensive. So a lot of the stuff is Zara that I'm wearing, and I love Zara. I mean, that store is amazing to me because it's just so much stuff is so good. I think it's called On the Edge to Fall. But yeah, I mean, it's just such a fun site to kind of go to daily and see what's on there and see what the contributors are contributing. It's awesome.
It really does. There's the whole scope of what a girl would be looking for. It's a magazine, interactive magazine.
Yeah.
As you said, Haute Mess kind of stems from the fact that you have this massive online following. And to me, I would just think that there's something almost ungrounding about that, in that there's so many eyes on you, and I can only imagine that would just trip me out so much.
People comment about you so much. If you like a picture of mine, it's Ashley liked! And I feel their heads explode. And I'm just you guys need to step away from the phone for a second. So it's going to be okay.
It's my army.
Yeah.
So with all of that, do you have a daily practice that keeps you grounded?
I mean, I pretty much love hanging out with my family. And I guess in life, I just feel my family's number one, and it's that's my priority, and being a good person is a priority of mine. At the end of the day, no matter what I do, I've never wanted to lose myself in this business. That's kind of maybe something that used to really scare me a lot, of being oh God, I hope I don't lose myself.
Because you saw people doing that, or?
I think I have seen people do that, and I think once you have, you can't go back. And so that's kind of something that I've always thought of, and because it's always something I thought of, I feel I've never done that. So I feel I've always stayed the same person, that things have changed around me. I can now shop at different stores than when I used to shop at,
right.
That's awesome. But I'm still the same person at the end of the day. I'm still the girl that was, worked since I was 3. I worked in clothing stores until I was on a TV show. My upbringing was very, I went to regular school my whole life. I worked in stores. My mom wanted me to make sure, even though I was working the business, that I knew how hard it was to make $1. So I think I've just have had those experiences that I will be retail fucking sucks. I will never want to go back to working at a store like that. So whatever I have to do, it's like,
so
you know, it's crazy because a lot of my friends in this business have never had jobs sometimes. And it's like crazy to think about. You know, I've worked in like real places, and that's, I think, what has always kept me grounded as well. But anybody who's in retail,
I know, I started in retail too.
it's so hard. And managers do not treat you well. They like, I swear, my one manager from Wet Seal, she made me like scrape the gum off the floor, which was like literally on the floor from like 5 years ago. And I was just like, you don't want me to sell clothes because like I'm really good at that. She was like, I want you to scrape the gum off the floor. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm like sitting there scraping gum off the floor.
She did not like you.
She hated me.
Just so you know, that was not within your job description.
I was like,
you were abused.
I will say this: my first retail job, I learned how to steam clothes, and I work as a stylist. So that's a skill.
That is a good skill
that I've literally learned when I was 15 that I continue to use up until now.
I'm not
30
kidding
years
you.
old.
Retail it teaches you, and that's the one thing is like I am a really shy person. That was the one thing my mom was like, you should do retail because you need to learn how to sell yourself to somebody, especially if you're in a room for like a job. You need to be like, I'm perfect for this. So it was really trying to just like, I had to talk to people for the first time and be like, buy this shirt, you know, like it was a learning experience that I've definitely kept throughout my career.
Shout out to Wet Seal.
Shout out to Wet Seal.
Thank you for all the leg warmers in 2003.
And Michelle Branch singing.
Oh God, I can only imagine the soundtrack that you were subjected to.
Man.
That's amazing.
Wow.
What's your rose?
My rose. You know, I had a sleepover with the cast of Clipped. Mm-hmm. And
thank you for inviting me.
You were not invited.
I know.
You were not.
Mike like tried to get me to go, and I was like, I feel like that's like a cast thing.
Yeah, Mike tried to get you invited.
I know. And then he's like, it's only a cast thing. And I was like, oh.
You're like, oh, whatever.
Well, I didn't want to go anyways.
Well, no, you're always invited to sleepover, but this
Except-
was a cast thing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it was just like, well, also, I only had gotten animal onesies for the cast.
So yeah, I thought that when I
didn't
saw
want anybody
that.
else to feel left out. So it was a cast bonding experience, and it's a rose because it was honestly, sorry, but it was one of the best nights I've ever had.
No, I'm so happy. That makes me so happy.
It was honestly like, it felt like you were in 8th grade again, but like not. It was just insane because we had all these animal onesies I got everybody. And we ordered pizza, and we had rosé, and we
Dream night already.
Yeah, we played video games. We had we watched actually E.T. I mean, come on, it was like so. And the best part is we had like chocolate chip cookies, and we were all going crazy and having like the best time. We did facials, even the guys did it. Mike put that stuff on. It was insane. But yeah, we ended with watching E.T. in like the screening room, and the funniest part is it was like we were a bunch of kids because like I wake up to all of us just like falling asleep in the chairs, and so she's like, guys, we should probably like get our sleeping bags, go out in the living room, and so it was like one of the coolest things and it's like the best night because the people in this cast are just some of the most grounded and like amazing people to not only work with, just to be around. Like they genuinely make me so happy. And it's just something that you don't find every day. And it was just like, like sometimes when you're with your friends, like you do talk about like what you're doing in your business. And it's like, we can get together and literally just talk about like nothing. And like just also they're comedians. So you just laugh your ass off the entire time.
Yeah. You guys are really lucky. It's a good group.
It's such a good group. And so that would have to be my rose.
Aw, that's really sweet.
You gotta believe and it'll happen.
Exactly.
Honestly, I feel like the desire to not wait tables again is what's getting me to write my script. I'm just like, I cannot go back to serving people hamburgers. So I'm writing it down. It's happening.
Great. I love that. So I don't think we have to have a thorn today.
Let's just keep it rosy because we're going out of retrograde. We're moving into a new time. Fall is here. You're right.
Yeah.
Let's keep it positive this week.
Let's keep it positive. Your hair's pink. What are you going to be for Halloween, Ashley?
That's my thorn. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I really I wanted to be Pebbles, but Chris didn't want to be Bam Bam. So.
Why? That's such a great thing.
I know, but then I don't even know where to get the outfit. It's honestly, I usually have my costumes picked out by now, and me and my husband are so into Halloween, so it's kind of scary. But I did pick out Maui's costume.
What's Maui going to be?
An Ewok.
So cute.
It's the cutest costume ever. With her little face coming out. She's going to be so cute.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, You guys can all be Star Wars things.
That's true. Maybe I'll be Princess Leia and I have this dark red hair.
Yeah,
I
that's
could totally
perfect.
do it and just wear a white dress.
And the new movie's coming out, so you're kind of topical.
That's true.
Chris
We're
can be
on
Han
point.
Solo or whoever. I don't know anything about Star Wars.
Me either.
Nor do I. What a fun show, Ashley. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
being
guys.
here. I know we want to like promote your social media so we
Oh
can
my God,
up
you're
it,
so
right?
funny.
We're gonna get you so many followers.
You guys are awesome.
We got it.
So what's your handles, just so everyone can know?
Oh my gosh. It's at Ashley Tisdale on Twitter. And then I think it's at Ashley Tisdale on Instagram as well.
And then-
but my actual name on my Twitter is Ashley Tisdale French. So if people get confused,
Right, because you have so many imposters.
you know,
Right. And at the Hot Mess, does it have a social or just a website?
it does. It has that hotmess.com,
HAUTE.
MESSDOTCOM on Instagram.
Okay.
And then on Twitter, I think it's just the Hot Mess.
Okay.
And you can check out Clipped and On Demand, probably. Are you guys getting a
Yeah.
second season? Do we know?
My gosh, that's the question.
Okay, so that's TBS.
Same.
It's
Yes.
super funny, and everyone should check that out. And thank you again for being here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can find us at So Retrograde.
And at that'ssoretrograde.com.
Goodbye again.
Namaste.